Welcome back to the Going Gold series, where I aim to equip you with the knowledge you need to reach gold. This week we'll be covering what I call round anatomy. To put it simply, it's how you break down a round into different parts. I believe that it's important to understand round anatomy because it'll help you understand what you should be doing during the different phases of the round. A single round in Valorant is 1 minute and 40 seconds long. It's an additional 45 seconds with the spike planted. The round can be divided into 3 distinct sections. First, the initial phase. This is where I'd argue that you have to be the most perceptive of what's happening. Which defenders do you see? Where are they playing? And how are they playing? Also try to keep in mind your team's positioning. Do we have a lurker? Could we be getting flanked? These first 30 or so seconds is the part where you have to gather as much information as you can as you transition into the mid-round phase. And one of the best ways to gain information and map control is by playing default. I have a short, in-depth video covering what defaulting is that I recommend you go watch. It's only 3 minutes long. So, the mid-round phase. This is where things inevitably slow down and your team is wandering around just waiting for someone to do something. This is when you take everything you know from the initial phase and make a simple plan out of it. Warlord asks, well, how do you make a plan? Well, most of the time, all you really have to do is account for positioning. During the initial phase, recall which defenders were playing where and how your own team is positioned. Understanding where all the pieces are on the board can help you to visualize the weak points in the enemy's defense. Then, it's just a matter of attacking that weak point. Let's examine this round for example. During the initial phase, I throw a smoke in mid to deny info to the mid player, who I now know is Sova. We were set to hard push A, but our duelist gets taken down immediately, putting us into a 4v5. And we see that they have 3 defenders in A, one of which is Viper, and the other being Chamber, 2 agents who can significantly slow our push with mollies and slows. Although we already invested utilities like our smoke and drone, we don't force our way through. That's because we're simply running into a stacked site and we're in the disadvantage. So, what's the plan? So far, we know that there's 3A, and Sova should be near mid, which means that there might even be 4A unless the Sova's flanking, leaving only one player in B. The plan is simple, we just rotate to the other site. We showed enough presence that I assume the B player must have begun rotating over to A as we get 2 picks. Here's where we get into the final phase of the round. This is usually when the mid-round plan is in motion and we're playing for the objective. We confirm there's 3A, and Sage stays behind to lurk in mid to cut off the rotates. All we have to do now is to burn the time.
One enemy remaining.
Nice, easy win. And that's basic round anatomy. To recap, there's the initial phase where you play slow to gather information on the defenders, who, where, and how. Then there's the mid-round phase, where as the round develops and your team gets picks and map control, you analyze everyone's positioning as best you can and develop a plan off of it. And then during the final phase, you put your plan into action. Now that you have a better understanding of what you should be trying to do during the different phases of the round, get out there and win your games.
Guys, this is it. This is our time to shine. This is our motherfucking time. The main thing here, the main role here is just use your mic and we win.